This is the new Galaxy Watch 4 Classic, and I haven't tried on an Android smartwatch in a very long time, but there's a reason why I bought this, and that's because Google and Samsung have worked together to redevelop Android Wear right now, and this is one of the first watches to have that software. So I'm very excited to see just what they've changed and if it's better than it used to be. I had the Watch Active 2, I had the Moto 360, and none of them software-wise were really polished. But I'm really hoping that this new watch has a much better software experience so that it can compete with the Apple Watch, which is just out of its league right now, at least where it stands before this watch. So this is the Galaxy Watch 4 Classic in black. I just got the normal band. There's a bunch of band options, but I just went for the black one. This is the 46mm option, and it's just the Wi-Fi model, not the Wi-Fi and GPS, not the LTE model. So let me go ahead and open up the box. It's a pretty big box for... it's actually a pretty small box, I mean to say, for a watch of this size, but it's packaged pretty well. So right here at the top of the box, you have a pack, a little box up there in the box, and there's the quick start guide. What else is there? And is that it? There's something from the bottom. Oh, there we go. So you got to access it from the bottom. All right, and that's pretty much it. That's weird packaging. Then this is the charging cable. So you've got, it's a snug fit. All right, so you've got the charging puck, which is a USB-A, interestingly enough. That's going to be, all right. So let me go ahead, put all this to the side real quick, and let's look at the watch itself in the box. And it does look quite big, which is nice. I do have large hands, so this is going to be a good fit for me. I really like this design. It's very, very nice. It's definitely more traditional watch-like than the Apple Watch is. You know, I've come to grow to accept the design of the Apple Watch. It's not very traditional watch-like, but I've just seen it so much at this point that I've come to like live with it. But it's definitely not a beautiful design in any manner, for my opinion. But let's check out the Galaxy Watch 4. So this is a stainless steel watch as well. So that's something I'm very excited about. I love stainless steel, and it's really durable. So I'm looking forward to seeing what it's like on this watch. So let me give you a close-up look of the watch itself. So at the bottom, you've got sensors, you've got the band, which can be replaced. I'm not exactly sure how it works, but I'll figure it out. And you also have a physical bezel that moves, which is fantastic. So the Watch Active 2, my biggest complaint with it was that the UI was clearly not designed with only touch input in mind. It was pretty clear that they copied over the software from the Galaxy Watch, which had the physical bezel like this does, and that one didn't. So it just felt very clunky. So it's gonna be nice. That's the one thing I love about the Apple Watch too, just having this digital crown that's, you know, that you can scroll. It's so good because this is a very small screen. If you use your finger to navigate, you block the screen most of the time. So after every input, you kind of have to lift your finger away and then look at the screen like, oh, okay, that's where it is. So it's very nice not to have that. So let me go ahead and power this on. There's two buttons on the right side. One has a little red ring around it, which I'm going to guess is some sort of antenna cutout. But let me go ahead and try to press this top button and see if it comes on. There we go, Samsung. Very nice. I'm going to zoom in a little bit there for you guys. So excited to get this set up and see what the software is like. It definitely feels pretty light, though. It doesn't feel very heavy. Very normal watch-like, and I'm kind of interested in seeing what the battery life will be like on this, because you know, a lot of people say they can get 2 days out of their smartwatch, but generally I can only get 1 day out of it, if even that some days. So it'll be interesting to see if this watch could live up to it. All right, boot screen, there we go, seems to be loading up. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and set this watch up, and then I'm going to come back and give you guys my initial impressions on what the watch is like. But you know what? Let me go ahead and at least show you a little bit of this pairing process. I'm not sure. Yeah, okay. Let me go ahead and just open up my phone here and connect. Oh, it automatically popped up already, which is awesome. All right, connect. Allow Galaxy, yeah, while using the app, for sure. So if there's any personal information, I'm going to block it out. So I'm just going to give you a warning right now. Watch is paired. That was pretty quick. Downloading software. Check your phone to complete setup. So, okay, you've got to complete the setup on the phone, which makes sense. Continue. All right, getting your watch ready. So I'm going to skip over this part and then come back to you guys after it. All right, so I just spent the last couple of minutes setting up the Galaxy Watch and playing around with it with my Apple Watch as well, side by side. So just so you guys can see it, this is what they look like side by side. The Samsung is definitely bigger. But it's just the shape definitely makes it look a little bit bigger than it is. But it is, even the screen size is bigger than it. So it is a bigger watch, but it doesn't really look that much bigger on your hand just because it's a more traditional circle-shaped watch. But yeah, for my hand, it does suit pretty well. And I definitely wouldn't have been happy if I would have gone with a smaller size. So 46 millimeter is a pretty decent size. Even though it is big, I think that for people with larger hands, that's going to be fine. So I did go ahead, I did set it up, and I did get to using it. And there's a few things I've noticed. One is that, you know, the watch definitely feels really nice to use with this bezel, this rotating bezel. But what I've also noticed is that the bezel is a little bit, it's not as smooth. You know, there's little clicks every step of the way, and I wish it was a little bit smoother. Like, I do like the clicks, it's just, it's not smooth. Like, it takes a decent amount of force to move it around, which, I mean, I do, you know, I think there's arguments to be made for both sides of it, but I do think that a smoother scroll would have been nicer just to go through the UI. There also is, software-wise, it does look way better than before, but I have to say there's still a little bit of confusing UI, swipe here, swipe to do that, this, that isn't all that intuitive. So, I mean, there's a few intuitive things, like from the top, if you come down, you see your quick panel. Now, my logic would have been then, if I scroll down from the bottom, I should see my notifications. But no, this is going to bring up the app tray. I don't know. I would have liked a swipe to be notification, either top or bottom. One of these should have been the notification. Notification, on the other hand, is you have to swipe towards the left, and then it shows up notifications, which, I don't know, it doesn't feel as natural to me. I wish that it was one of those two. Then when you swipe right, you have a bunch of your quick widgets that you can set up and use from there. Now, these seem to be quite basic, but they're not that bad. You do have blood oxygen, you do have stress monitors, you do have the heart rate monitor, and then you have ECG as well. So there is a lot of tracking on this watch. Not sure how accurate it's going to be, but I'm going to be using this right alongside my Apple Watch and comparing the results side by side just to see what they're like. The brightness of the display so far, it doesn't feel as bright as the Apple Watch. It just doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't have that same punch in this very bright studio lighting setting I'm in. So I don't know if it's going to be like that or if just the audio brightness is kind of doing something weird in the indoor situation. But I'll report back when I go outside. And most importantly, you know, what does the app experience look like? So setup was pretty easy. It took like, I want to say less than 10 minutes in total. But what does the app look like? So let me go ahead and open up the Wearables app if I can find it. There we go, Galaxy Wearables. And here's what the app looks like. It's pretty basic, actually. There's not a lot going on here. You do have watch faces, apps, tiles, quick panels. That's pretty much the major settings you have. And then under watch settings, you have some more of the, I guess, you know, specific settings like battery settings. And you also have, you know, what you want to do with your home key. And on the topic of home key, when you're on the watch and you hold down on the home key, you get the good old Bixby, which sucks because even something like that I can't understand, but whatever. And then if you hold down the bottom, you get Samsung Pay. Let me get out of here. If you hold this down, you get Samsung Pay. So you do have quick access to both of those. I did try to look into it, and so far I haven't been able to find a way to make Google Assistant work on the watch instead of instead of Bixby. So I'll keep trying, but I'll let you know what happens in the full review. So do expect a full review of this watch coming up very soon. I'm going to be comparing it, not just, you know, the watch's user experience, but also the fitness tracking and what it's like to live with on a daily basis. So that's going to be it for this one, guys. This is the Samsung Galaxy Watch Classic 4. these names are getting annoyingly long, but it's the most premium watch that they've come out with this year, and I'm very excited to try it out. If you want to check this out, or the Watch 4, which is the step down from this, I'll have both of these linked down in the description below. And if you want to see more photos of this, go ahead, go check it out on social media. I'll have those I'll have those in the description as well, and of course, right here linked on the screen. So if you want to check out those handles and the links in the description as well. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll catch you in the next one.